Yep, it's week 12 of spring anime. The season is over. I'm gonna talk about some shows that wrapped up basically. Gonna keep it kind of casual. So yeah, Kaiju number 8 finished up, Mushoku Tensei, the second season. Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc kind of ending on a bang. So yeah, a lot of like cool banger moments, emotional moments. There's like a lot of characters kind of showing off in these final episodes as things are escalating. So I guess we'll talk about Demon Slayers. So yeah, episode 8 of the Hashira training arc. So yeah, short season, but oh my god, if the past two episodes did not like kind of deliver, I thought it was like a bit cheesy. Like, come on, bro, training. And then, we get people's backstories, like the Stone Pillar, he was pretty cool. So I was kind of glad to like learn about him last week. This time though, yeah, Muzan just shows up out of nowhere, a bit unexpected, because like, the Demon Slayers are hiding. Like, how did you just find them? How did you just pull up on their headquarters? Can he have done this anytime? And now he's just pulling up on Ubuyashiki's house. So yeah, he's very sick. He's like the master of all the Demon Slayers, and it looks like he's about to die. So what is he gonna do against Muzan? I guess he's gonna cook his ass, like literally almost like murder him, destroy him. We saw all the pillars kind of like pulling up as well because like real shit is happening. So yeah, it looks like first off he kind of bombs his own house to like burn up Muzan, and then they have like little poison shrapnel pieces just like embedded in his skin. So yeah, his like healing is delayed, and now he's kind of like stuck there. So it's up to all the Demon Slayers to kind of hold him down. We see Tamayo, so she's like the little doctor that was working with Tanjiro. Now she's here as well, using her like chemistry, medicine knowledge to kind of seal Muzan. She kind of like, sacrificing herself, which is sad, but yeah, I guess end to her story right there. We see the Stone Pillar kind of crushing Muzan's face with his like spinning axe. That shit was insane, bro. Like, how did he get out of that? But yeah, this dude has infinite regen, so it's an uphill battle. And as all the pillars are kind of like ganging up on him in the final moment, as Tanjiro also like shows up, everyone gets transported into like the Infinity Castle. So it's like they're not bringing the fight to him, he's bringing the fight to them. So yeah, their kind of initial plan was basically to like hold him down until the sunrise. So then he's just gonna like melt in the sun. But now everyone is in this kind of like trippy ass like new dimension where like they don't make the rules anymore. Like gravity doesn't make sense. And there's probably gonna be like thousands of demons are gonna fight. So yeah, pretty insane ass like finale episode. Wasn't really expecting this level of pop-offs, but yeah, that's it for Demon Slayer. The story does continue. I wonder how long we're gonna wait for the next season. And this is like shaping up to be the final battle, so it's gonna be exciting. Okay, so for Kaiju number 8 this week, episode 12, the finale. Love this anime. Like, we got the boomer main character finally kind of proving to everybody that he's not too old, and even with these kaiju powers, he's still a good guy. So yeah, he was fighting Shinomiya's dad, who's like pretty much the general, the director of the entire army. It looks like Shinomiya's dad is testing him, because if he really wanted to kill Kafka, he would have just like one-shot him in the initial attack. But yeah, he's kind of like making sure Kafka can control himself. But yeah, now that Kafka went like super berserk, he turned into like this giant ass 20-foot kaiju, and then they're like punching each other with like blue and yellow beams like a Dragon Ball Z fight. And yeah, even the whole research facility can't control it. There's people kind of waiting in the background trying to help, but it looks like Shinomiya wants to 1v1 Kafka. And then we see Shinomiya herself kind of crying. She's like trying to plead to Kafka. So yeah, Kafka seems to be like lost in the sauce. He's like drifting further in his head. The kaiju's taking full control. But then it's not Shinomiya that saves him, it's Mina. So yeah, it was a sick scene where like the kaiju kind of ate Kafka inside his head, but then Mina like pulls him out of the abyss. And she's like, I'm always waiting for you. That was such a sweet, wholesome moment, very cute. And Kafka gets to control himself. Before he was about to like one-shot Shinomiya with the giant punch, he punches his own heart. All the other kind of kaiju hunters restrain him. They put him in the hospital. And yeah, we see some other characters with like different new kaiju weapons. But yeah, Shinomiya kind of survived this fight. His like kind of left side got like ripped a little bit, but yeah, it looks like he's fine. And now they're debating, what do we do with Kafka? He's still alive. Do we just, clean him up for kaiju parts? He's not a human. Everyone seems to agree. Even like Mina's testimony, like they don't really listen to her. But then yeah, Shinomiya, he takes all of that into account. He listens to his daughter, and he's like, okay, we'll keep an eye on him. We'll have him work with the Kaiju Defense Force, and it's unprecedented, but there's a lot more powerful kaijus out there, so we need his power. So yeah, he's pretty much trying to rescue Kafka's life, but he's still like on a tight leash, it looks like. So he has to kind of try hard, like keep saving people and being good. So yeah, great episode, very cute seeing Kafka and Mina. And then yeah, their bond was like super powerful, very cute. Besides that, we see all of Kafka's teammates, they're all like training, trying to be stronger. Even Shinomiya, because she's like, if I have to stop Kafka in the future, I better become more powerful. So yeah, all the characters, are living their lives being happy so far. Things worked out, but there's still more kaiju fights to be had in the future. Kaiju number 9, he's trying to like get smarter. So he's just like playing chess online, judging the average human intellect. So yeah, we gotta deal with him in the future, and you know, the future might be soon because a season 2 is confirmed. Pretty hype. I know like people have been complaining about the story. I am a manga reader, so yeah, I do agree. It gets like really kind of slow and repetitive in the middle. It seems like they're putting a lot of effort into this production IG. I love the whole vibe of this anime. Like they were trying to do something different. They really did. The openings and endings were really nice. They were in English. And then the art style was kind of simple, but then the animation itself like was very clean. So yeah, seeing Kafka just like one punch people, seeing like this cool final battle with all these pop-offs, it felt really hype and exciting. So yeah, that's it for Kaiju number 8 this season. All right, so for Mushoku Tensei season 2 part 2 episode 12, yes, we finished season 2. So yeah, how does it stack up to season 1? I mean, season 1 definitely better animation wise, story wise, but this one, it did have like high points, like seeing Rudius get married to Selphie in the beginning. Like of course that would happen, and like him cheating on her at the end, that was very funny, so we'll talk about that. Also yeah, seeing Silent Seven Star's emotional like breakdown when her like teleportation plan didn't work, that was very cool. Seeing Norn kind of lock herself up in her room, that was a bit kind of forced, because they were like, okay, how can we put people in situations where Rudius kind of relates to them, like them shutting themselves in. It looked like they were kind of forcing that a lot. But yeah, besides that, this final arc, like we kind of ended off Rudius going to his house. He doesn't see anyone there because yeah, the man god told him like, you'll have some regrets. Apparently he's not like regretting that his dad died. He accepts it, but he's just like sad about it. It looks like his regret is losing his family. So yeah, I mean, everyone's just like in their room. We see Norn is in school, but yeah, we see Aisha and Sophie ready to meet him. And yeah, once Norn shows up, everyone gives them the bad news. The dad is dead, of course, and then the mom is a vegetable. So I mean, there might be a chance to save the mom, but in general, like we see Norn is like crying. Cool, kind of like 1 minute long scene of her crying. I was just like listening to her voice. Okay, let it out, girl. You know, it's rough out here. All she had was her dad pretty much to like kind of take care of her for the longest, and now like she can't even relate to her mom anymore. So it's kind of like Norn has nothing, and yeah, she's always been like an angry person. So she's kind of mad at Rudius for not saving the dad, but like at the end of the day, she realizes that Rudius is the most powerful dude ever. So the fact that he couldn't save the dad meant that like no one else in his situation probably would be able to save him anyway. So I mean, that might be massive cap, but yeah, anyway, like everyone kind of like, you know, takes responsibility for what happened and they move on. Although, you know, the big part is that Roxy is there. While everyone's leaving, Roxy stays. So they gotta like hit Sophie with the bad news. Girl, I've been cheating on you. My dad died. You know, like every time something bad happens to me, like one of these underage girls just has sex with me. So yeah, it's very awkward for sure. Okay, I was feeling down when Paul died and Roxy pulled me out of the like, you know, dark, depressing place. I was like, bro, that's your excuse? Like that means you're like weak-minded as fuck, because like anytime something bad is gonna happen to you, like you're gonna cheat on your wife. Norn obviously kind of takes my side and she does not accept Rudius. She's like, okay, bro, you kind of betrayed us. She kind of yells at Roxy as well. If I was Selphie, I would dump his ass, take half his money, and, you know, maybe take the house. I don't know how marriages work in this fantasy world, but yeah, she doesn't do that. She's more open-minded. She's like, yeah, I know Rudius is like very horny, so I kind of knew something like this would happen. So yeah, she prepared herself for the worst and then she accepts it. So yeah, I mean, two wives out here. Roxy kind of accepts it, and you know, they kind of shake hands, accept each other. They kind of relate to each other as well because they're like kind of lonely, like really good magical people. And Rudius kind of like brought them together. So yeah, that's her reasoning. And okay, new wife acquired. Okay, it's good to go. So I mean, the scene was kind of like well done, just like realistic, like dialogue for the most part. And then, you know, Selphie being accepting, and then Rudius being the harem lord. Also, yeah, Sophie's still pregnant, so they were able to make it back in time for her to like deliver, and then yeah, she gets like a new daughter. It's a cute scene. We'll see like what's gonna happen in the future. I definitely think they're gonna like, you know, keep adapting the light novels. There's a lot more content to be had. And yeah, they're kind of like redeeming Rudius at the end. He's like, you know, taking care of Paul's grave. He's like, I'll grow up now that I have a family. A very sweet ending in general. We see kind of a montage of the other characters as well. So yeah, everyone's kind of doing their thing. Rudius is still, you know, super annoying, like doesn't really get redeemed at all. And he's just like living his best isekai fantasy life. So yeah, things are happening. The end to season 2, you know, like solid story in general. The anime does look beautiful. All right, so for Sound Euphonium season 3, episode 13, this is the finale. It looks like the wrap up to the whole series because yeah, we see all the characters performing in this final concert, getting gold. Spoilers, but you know, it was expected to happen because if they did not, you know, nothing would be the same. But yeah, and then we also see like what happens to people as they like, you know, finish up their school, go to their like future careers. So Reina, yeah, is going to America, going to this prestigious music program, and then after that, she kind of vows to like confess her love to Taki, which is very weird because 20-year age gap, first of all. Like, come on, bro. Move on, Reino. You know, get with Kumiko. Like, she's down. Keep the Yuri alive. But yeah, all joking aside, you know, cool concert, very like cool emotionally. They kind of depicted it very well. Whereas they're playing music, we see a vignette of all like the band members, and then them like kind of growing through the past 3 seasons. This is their final performance, so they have to play their best, and you know they accomplish it. Kumiko and Reino unfortunately couldn't play the solos together. I don't know why Mayu had to just like show up and do it. Literally, like it didn't matter at all. But I guess that's like the point of the show. It's like, you know, stuff is gonna happen, like that's life. And then yeah, all the characters are doing their best. They do get gold, which is like very hype. And then, you know, they move on with their lives. They all take pictures. And then we see at the ending what happens. So Kumiko becomes the teacher for the same school. And it looks like she's like an assistant teacher helping out the band. Pretty funny conclusion for her because she's like, okay, I've been taking care of Taki's like useless ass for 3 years. I have all the experience. Let me just become a teacher. Because she's like, yeah, if these dudes can't do it, I gotta do it myself. Yeah, she takes things into her own hands. And yeah, it looks like a good role for her. So yeah, Reina's still in school. All the other characters are working. And we see grown-up Kumiko. So yeah, I mean, great season finale. I thought the anime in general did a good job, like depicting the band. It was never boring. Drama happening left and right. Taki being like such a bad teacher, but then like all the other characters being like realistic. Like no one's like super perfect. They all have flaws. And then Kumiko's out there kind of like helping them. She doesn't really insert herself into the drama, but then she's just like conveniently at the right place at the right time to like help all these people. And then if I told you before this season, I have not watched a single Sound Euphonium episode, would you believe me? Because yeah, halfway through the season, I binged seasons 1 and 2. I just wanted to watch it. It was well worth it. They depicted like the band competition really well. I was literally only with these characters for like 4 months, but I think like other people, they've been watching this anime for 9 years. So it must be fun to finally get a conclusion for this like beautiful show. And now we also have My Hero Academia, so season 7, episode 9. Pretty fun episode. So we see All For One, the fight with him, because yeah, Dabi got defeated. So everyone's like happy, like, yo, Todoroki did it, 1 enemy down. Yo, that's so hype. It looked like Dabi might not be finished for sure. Like maybe there's like a kind of part 2 of this fight, because you know a lot of these like final like shonen villains have like multiple phases. We'll see. But yeah, everyone's kind of sad that like Dabi died, like all the villains, so they're kind of like working hard to like get revenge. Their plan to kind of beat All For One is to destroy his mask, because apparently he needs that to breathe. Every time we've seen All For One, he had like a goofy face mask on. So yeah, just like destroys mask and you beat him. It might be too good to be true. Like the mask might be like a red herring. But yeah, Endeavor's out there trying to like punch, throw fire at him. He gets distracted a bit, and All For One just like kind of claws the side of his like hip. So it looks like he has like a huge injury. Maybe he'll heal it with the fire, like cauterize the wound. But yeah, goddamn, Endeavor seems to be out of commission. That's when Shiro is out there with Aoyama, the Dark Shadow guy. They're kind of flying in the air. I'm like, bro, what are these dudes gonna do against All For One? So yeah, All For One kind of shoots this giant laser beam at them, and it looks like he penetrated Hawks with a different hand. So yeah, people are getting injured, like a lot of like brutal injuries happening in the season. So yeah, I mean the fight is escalating. Shit is just happening. So yeah, we got to keep watching. So yeah, 9 in the tank, 12 more left to go. We'll see what's gonna happen. Okay, so for Dead Demons, DDD Destruction, episode 5. Cool story. It's like a backstory episode, which is nice. We're getting a lot more information, although like some weird shit is happening. Like, is this like an alternate timeline? It feels like, because you know shit is happening in a different way. Like they met these aliens like here, but then in the present time it seems like they don't know about the aliens. But basically we see in the past like Karode and Ontan kind of hanging out, and then they meet an alien randomly. It's getting bullied by these students, so Karode kind of saves it, and now they don't really know what to do. Like, should they take care of this alien? It looks like they're able to communicate with it because it has like this kind of earpiece, and then it tells them that they're just like scouting Earth, like maybe to move in. So the aliens are kind of like seeing if the humans are friendly or not. But then the humans seem to hate the aliens because they look funny. So it looks like it's Karode and Ontan's mission to like make the aliens think that Earth is good, to save the Earth. And yeah, that's like pretty much what's going on. We see like their funny kind of mushroom plushie has the alien kind of hiding in it. We see Ontan's brother before he got fat. He's kind of like a muscular, athletic Giga Chad. So yeah, I wonder what happened to him. But yeah, besides that, yeah, interesting kind of like backstory flashback episode. I wonder like how this relates to the present time. But yeah, Karode and Ontan seem to be like, you know, hanging out with the aliens, and they're using the DDD device to fly. So yeah, pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure there's going to be 18 episodes. So yeah, we have 5 here, 13 more left to go. And yeah, that's it for the shows this week. Did you like the finale for the season? Let me know. Also, my next video is going to be the tier list. Look out for that. So yeah, ranking up all the shows. all the best waifus and openings. Gonna be like a long video there. But let me know how you like the season, if you agree or disagree. Are there any sleeper shows I've been missing out on? And also, yeah, get hyped for the summer shows next week because, yeah, Oshinoko season 2, Tower of God season 2. Gonna be some crazy ass stories there. There's like the Suicide Squad isekai that already kind of came out. Pretty interesting, somewhat trashy concept. There's like the kind of Dear Girl anime. That's gonna be like another kind of like Nichijou level, like trippy comedy show. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the summer season.